Hello students, welcome back to a new session of Maths. We are continuing chapter 9, Partial Numbers. In the last video, I have explained about the rational numbers. What are rational numbers? Rational numbers are those numbers which can be expressed in P by Q form, where the numerator P is a positive integer or a negative integer or 0, and the denominator q is either a positive integer or a negative integer. Now we are going to learn about positive and negative rational numbers. Children, in the last video itself I told you to use the textbook also while watching this video. And here I am using the downloaded copy. And in some places, negative signs are not marked correctly, but they are printed correctly in the textbook. So you use the textbook also while watching this video. Now we will see the portion positive and negative rational numbers. Let us consider the rational number 2 by 3. Here both the numerator and denominators are positive integers. 2 and 3 both are positive integers. Such rational numbers in which both the numerator and denominator are positive integers are called positive rational numbers. Some more examples are 3 by 8, 5 by 7, 2 by 9. In all these cases, both the numerators and denominators are positive integers. So they are called positive rational numbers. Now we will consider some more examples. See, what about minus 3 by minus 5? Here both the places minus sign is there in textbook. Minus 3 by minus 5. Here both the numerator and denominators are negative integers. And you have already learned the rule for division of integers. When we divide a negative integer by another negative integer, the result will be positive. No? Negative number, negative integer, when we divide by negative integer, answer will be positive only. So minus 3 divided by minus 5 is clear, is going to be 3 by 5 only. Or we can also get the equality fraction by multiplying both the numerator and denominator by minus 1, by the same number minus 1. Here minus 3 by minus 5, we will multiply by minus 1 by minus 1. So minus 3 into minus 1 is going to be 3. Same way, minus 5 into minus 1 is going to be 5. So minus 3 by minus 5 is equal to 3 by 5. That means if both the numerator and denominators of a rational numbers are negative, then the rational number will be positive. So what is a positive rational number? For getting a positive rational number, either both the numerator and denominator should be positive, or both the numerator and denominator should be negative. Or we can say, if both the numerator and denominators are of the same sign, then that rational number will be a positive rational number. Is it clear? Either both the numerator and denominator should be positive, or both the numerator and denominator should be negative. Then it is called a positive rational number. Now we will consider the example 8 by minus 3. In 8 by minus 3, the denominator is negative, right? And we can make this rational number to an equality fraction or equality rational number by multiplying it by minus 1 upon minus 1. Means by the same number minus 1, if we multiply both the numerator and denominator, we will get the equality fraction, and the equality fraction will be equal to minus 8 by 3. Here the numerator is a negative integer and denominator is positive integer. Or we will consider the previous example. See, minus 3 by 5. Here also minus sign is there in textbook. The numerator is minus 3 and denominator is 5. Here the numerator is negative and denominator is positive. Such a rational number is called a negative rational number. That means a negative rational number is a rational number in which either the numerator or the denominator will be negative. any one part will be negative, then it is called a negative rational number. Is it clear, children? Positive rational number, both the numerator and denominator will be of the same sign. Then it is called a positive rational number. If any one part, either the numerator or the denominator is negative, then it is called a negative rational number. Then, if the numerator is 0 and denominator is any other integer, then it is called a zero rational number. So in a zero rational number, the numerator will be 0 and denominator will be a positive integer. It is called a rational number. So a zero rational number, that means rational number can be classified into three types: positive rational number, negative rational number, and zero rational number. In positive rational number, both the numerator and denominator will be of the same sign. In negative rational number, either the numerator or the denominator will be negative, and in zero rational number, the numerator will be 0. Now some examples are given for you to solve. Which of these are negative rational numbers? The first one is minus 2 by 3. In minus 2 by 3, one part of the rational number is negative. The numerator is negative. So it is an example of negative rational number. Listen here, minus sign is there in the numerator in textbook. So it is a negative rational number. Second one, 5 by 7. Both the numerator and denominators are positive. So it is an example for positive rational number. Next one, 3 by minus 5. Here, denominator is negative. So it is an example for negative rational number. Next one, 0 is zero rational number. And the fifth one is 6 upon 11. Both numerator and denominators are positive. So it is for positive rational number. And next one, minus 2 by minus 9. Both the numerators and denominators are negative. Both are of the same sign. So it is example for positive rational number. Listen carefully. Minus 2 by minus 9 is a positive rational number and not a negative rational number. Okay, children. Now we will see how to represent the rational numbers on the number line. You have already learned about how to represent the integers on the number line. You know the integers include negative integers, 0 and positive integers. And when we mark the integers on the number line, 2-3 things you should be taken care of. First thing, we have to mark the point at equal distance, or the distance between two successive points should be equal or the same. Second point, positive integers are represented on the right side of the 0 and negative integers are represented on the left side of the 0. 0 is neither positive or negative, and the right side of 0 we will mark the positive integers, and the left of 0 we will mark the negative integers. Okay. Now we'll see how to represent 1 by 2 and minus 1 by 2 on the number line. And here 1 by 2 is a positive rational number and minus 1 by 2 is a negative rational number. First we will be drawing the number line and marking the points at equal distance. It is the main point you have to be taken care of. Mark the points at equal distances. That means the distance between 0 and 1 is the same like the distance between 0 and minus 1. Or we can say both minus 1 and 1 are at equal distance from 0. So first point is that mark the points at equal distances. Second thing, positive numbers will be represented on the right side of 0. So here 1 upon 2 we have to represent on the right side of 0. Now 1 upon 2 is a proper fraction. What's a proper fraction? A fraction in which numerator is smaller than the denominator is called a proper fraction. And the value of the proper fraction is less than 1. So 1 upon 2 is less than 1 means it should be marked between 0 and 1. It will come between 0 and 1. Now next thing, what is the denominator? 1 upon 2, denominator is 2. So the distance between 0 and 1 we have to divide into two equal parts. Or we have to mark the middle point of the distance between 0 and 1. Then there you give 1 upon 2. There you are going to mark a 1 upon 2. Understood? So 1 upon 2 is marked. Now we have to mark a minus 1 upon 2. If 1 upon 2 is to the right side of 0, then minus 1 upon 2 will be coming to the left side of 0. Same way, 1 upon 2 is between 0 and 1. So minus 1 upon 2, we have to mark between 0 and minus 1. So what we have done in the right side, same way the distance between 0 and minus 1 will be dividing into two equal parts, and the middle part we will be giving minus 1 upon 2. So this 1 upon 2 and minus 1 upon 2 are at equal distance from 0. Same way we can mark any rational number on the number line. 2-3 things only we have to taken care of. First, the point should be marked at equal distances. Second thing, positive rational numbers will be marked on the right side and negative rational number will be marking on the left side. Now, how many parts we have to divide the distance, that depends on the denominator. Here the denominator is 2. So the distance between 0 and 1 is divided into two equal parts. Suppose instead of 1 upon 2, if the fraction is 1 upon 5, then the distance between 1 and 5 will be dividing into 5 equal parts. And if it is 1 upon 7, the distance will be dividing into 7 equal parts. Same way, according to different denominators, we can mark the rational numbers on the number line. Now the next is rational numbers in standard form. Now we will consider the rational numbers 3 by 5, minus 5 by 8, 2 by 7, minus 7 by 11. See, if you observe these rational numbers, we can see that the denominators are positive in every cases. So 3 by 5 is a positive rational number, minus 5 by 8 is negative, but the denominator is positive. Same way, the last one, minus 7 by 11, this negative rational number, numerator is negative, but denominator is positive. And these are all marked in the standard form. These are all represented in the standard form. That means when we represent the rational number in standard form, the denominator should be positive. It can never be negative. In standard form, when we write the rational number, denominator should be positive. Second thing, the fraction should be, or the rational number should be in the reduced form or in the simplest form. See here 3 and 5. Both the numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1. Or we will take the second example, minus 5 by 8. 5 and 8, they have no common factor other than 1. Only one common factor is there, that is 1. And if we represent the rational number this way, keeping the denominator positive and the fraction in the simplest form, then it is said to be in the standard form. See, a rational number is said to be in standard form if its denominator is a positive integer and the numerator and denominator have no common factor other than 1. Or we can say the numerator and denominator will be in the simplest form and the denominator should be always positive. We will consider some examples. See, reduce minus 45 upon 30. Minus 45 upon 30, first we will find the reduced form, then we will change the sign if needed. Now there is no need of the sign because here the denominator is positive, 30 is positive and only the numerator is negative. That means it is an example of a negative rational number. As the denominator is positive, we don't have to do any change in sign. Now we have to find the reduced form. You know 45 and 30 both are the multiples of 15. 15 3s are 45 and 15 2s are 30. So 40 minus 45 upon 30 in reduced form we can write as minus 3 by 2. Here it will be minus 3. Minus 3 by 2 and it is in the standard form. Denominator is positive and fraction is in the simplest form. Now we will consider another example. 36 upon minus 24. See, here the denominator is negative So what we will do? We will multiply the rational number by both the numerator and denominator by -1, so that from the denominator the negative sign moves to the numerator. 36 by -24, we multiply by -1. Then 36 into -1, it will become -36, and -24 into -1 will become 24. That means the denominator will become positive and the numerator will be negative. Then we will find the reduced form. 36 and 24, both are the multiples of 12. 12 3s are 36 and 12 2s are 24. So 36 upon -24 we can write as -3/2, right? Same way, next one, -3 upon -15. And here both the numerator and denominators are negative. That means it is not a negative rational number, it is a positive rational number. So we can write -3 upon -15, we can write as 3 upon 15. Now we will find the reduced form. 3 ones are 3 and 3 5s are 50. So we can write the reduced form 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 is the standard form of -3 by -15. Children, today I am winding up here, and the next session we will continue the portion.